Okay, let's move on and finalize the game. I think we're close now. So to begin with, our snake should not actually start with four values. It should just have one part of the body, and I think we're going to have it starting to the right. You could have placed it in the middle if you wanted it to. Okay, so we run it. There it is. Step, step. Cool. And now we need to actually make the thing come alive. That is to say that instead of just taking a step when we press S, we don't want to do that anymore. That was temporary for debugging purposes. We want to take a step when the timer is fired. Okay, so long as if the game is over, we'll just do nothing. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and take a step. If we do that, there it is. Whoa, that's fast. Okay, a little hard to play. Let's slow that down. Okay, so we'll go inside app started, and let's have a timer delay, say, of 250. We run that. Yeah, oh, much better. Okay, and every time I hit R, we start over. Cool. And now instead, remember, we were pressing S to do this, and now the timer fired is doing just what we're doing with S. So that now the game's come alive, and it's actually pretty close to done. Okay, so if we run into ourselves, R to restart. Excellent. Now, one thing is the game starts as soon as you run, and some people have asked that we please slow it down and wait for the first key press. Okay, so we're going to add that feature as well. So when you run the game, it asks you for a key press, but only the first time you run it. So to pull that off, we're going to add a new part of our model, waiting for first key press. Okay, and then when you actually press a key, okay, we'll say that where's in key pressed. So say if we are waiting for first key press, oops, pardon me. If that's true, then all we will do is say we're no longer waiting for our first key press. Okay, and so by doing that, now we ignore the first key press, but we want to kind of turn the engine off until we get that key press. So in particular in timer fired, we don't want timer firing while we're waiting for that first key press. So or app waiting for first key press. Okay. So we have this boolean that says if we haven't seen a key yet. So if we haven't seen a key yet, don't have timer fired go. And then when we finally get a key, if we haven't seen a key yet, say aha, now we have. So when we run this, it's waiting for a key press. When I press a key, now it's off and running. That's what we wanted. Cool. Okay, only it's a little weird when we run it. It's just sitting there waiting for a key press and not telling us that. So inside redraw all, we'll go down here. And there it is. Say, hey, if we're waiting for a first key press, then we'll just go ahead and say canvas create text. And we'll just have a little message. Width over 2, height over 2. The text can be maybe press any key to start. That would be a good little message. The font can be our favorite font we've been using here, Arial 26 Bold. And then we only draw this stuff in the event that we're no longer waiting for a first key press. And when we do that now, see it says press any key to start. And it just sits there. And when I press a key, now we're off and running. But when I restart with an R, it doesn't do that press any key to start because I don't need it at that point. And with that, we now have a playable game of Snake.